Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to Galactic Civilizations for Supernova Warlords DLC and our playthrough as the Zolotti. Here we are. We have more than accomplished our short-term goals in this Your minor conflict here. We have taken over 2 worlds, we have conquered 1 starbase, and we have won 5 fleet battles for an overall progress of 380%. But I'm still not sure how we actually close out the war. There has to be some way once you've achieved your objectives to just say, right, we're done now, but I don't know where that is. Yeah, so if there's actually a way to get out of this, I don't know where it is. I'm currently going with the idea that you're just meant to talk with them and be like, hey, we would like to end the war now, but they don't seem to want to accept. So we're stuck in this war for the moment, apparently. And we'll see what happens. While we're in the war, we might as well set ourselves some more objectives. And we're kind of tentatively having our sights set here. Or maybe we just go straight for the throat and go after your capital homeworld. Honestly, might not be a bad idea. But we're still sort of consolidating with our fleet hanging out in orbit over Marshall 3. I do see that there is what looks like a cruiser here, a Dauntless MO, and it looks like it's a pirate. It is indeed a pirate. Where they came from, I don't know, but seeing as it is there, we could actually use one of our abilities to steal that. Enlist pirate fleet. This will cost us 15 control, and the problem with that is there's also a gunboat corvette there. Well, we don't care about that. I would like the cruiser, if anything. Only with an attack of 10, but it is a free cruiser technically. Now if we spend the control, we will not be able to use exploit population for a little bit, but I think a free cruiser is just too good to pass up on. So we're going to spend 15 control here and actually grab that cruiser. That's my cruiser now. There's still that little corvette, but here it is. It's a little bit less, but it does get our evasion tech and the fact that we're warriors. That's great. That's ours now. And now you're all married up. We've got a cruiser a little bit ahead of schedule as we don't have cruiser tech yet, which is still very good. I wonder where these pirates came from. There's another cruiser there. Actually, 2 cruisers. Ooh, I'm tempted to grab that cruiser, but they're not going to hurt us, right? Because we're technically allied with the pirates as the Zolotti, so we can leave it there. I really want to keep spamming out that ability every chance that we get. Our scout's going to chill right there. Supply ships, I think, are headed to Alhana to keep helping out that planet. Got lots of supply ships. Let's just pump them in. Alhana. Now, what do we want to do with this? We're going to get a little bit more housing, and I think we might as well just get 1 more housing district. I think we can stop working on food for a bit, but what do we want to do with this planet? The approval here is kind of bad. Well, we're just going to have to deal with it for now. We'll leave that as is for the moment until they finish up, which won't take too long. On Savo, possibly we would like to get some more military, but honestly, we're going to need freighters. And the fact that we can print out 1 per turn is just too good. Alhana, you will be doing supply ships as well. All right, as for our dreadnought here, looks like he's fully repaired. I don't really want to send him into your territory. Even if we can blow up some of their ships, we suspect that the Yor have some cruisers. There's a cruiser over here. And honestly, our guys should be able to take him out. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to thin down the Yor's forces. So we will ship out. We are going to ship out. We still have 1 trade license, and we've got a number of trade ships going out. We've got 1 going to Cricket. We've got 1 going down over here. And that does mean that one of these trade ships is just going to have to sit in enemy territory, or we cancel a trade route, or we upgrade our tech. But we'll see. Speaking of tech, we've got cultural influence in 2 months. That's going to unlock our galactic challenges. And then we're going to start doing those in the hopes of winning a prestige victory, bumping our score. Very luckily, we started off with an ascension crystal, which we are currently farming, but maybe we need to look at some technology that's going to also get us a bit more ascension score. All of that we can have a look at. For the moment though, I think this turn is done. Let's see what the AI has in store for us. Ooh, we're ranked 2nd in research. That's a pleasant surprise. This is broken here. You're always number 1 in approval on this. We're 3rd in terms of military might. That is all pretty good stuff to see this early on. We are going to strike here and just maybe take out that cruiser, maybe blow up a starbase or 2. Maybe, baby. Oh, I just saw a whole bunch of ships going up that way. Hello, prey meat. Have you come to present yourself for consumption by the Festron? Good, good. We have the Festron in the game. This is a very aggressive game that we have going on, seeing as we've had the Yor, we've had the Cricketmen, we've got the Festrons. These are all pretty aggressive races. A little bit hesitant to send you guys forward. You do have a cruiser for support and a couple fighters, but there is space in this army for some more ships. So let's maybe also give you a flagship, such as maybe the Kilgrew, who does need to repair for a bit. Let's add the Kilgrew to this. Nice. We'll leave you there. There's that gunboat corvette. Our supply ship, I think, is going into Marshall to help it just get up and running. Although Marshall's not too bad, it is a little bit devastated. We should probably actually be sending these to Marshall 3 as they need way more help. But we were far more gentle in our approach to this planet. I think that district needs to go bye-bye. I think our trade route landed. Yeah, we're up to max trade routes here. We ended up trading with Earth. That is a 3.6 value trade route. That is a 5.2. Nice. These have had time to mature. Getting a good bit of cash out of that. We are in the negative as our things just ran out. We have the wormhole generator tech up. What we'll do is we will get our trade ships into enemy space. Enemy space, I say. We'll get them there and we'll just leave them in case we do have some trade licenses open up at some point. Back on Marshall 3, it's going to be supply ships. We will go back into military ship production sometime soon. One of our esteemed generals has dared to stage a coup against me. We have successfully thwarted his treacherous plans, but he has managed to evade our forces, has taken up refuge on your world. It is of the utmost importance that you cooperate in delivering this traitor back to us. Yes, we can actually deliver him back to you. This will give us a little bump to our relations. As much as I would love this 2% approval for 24 months, we're going to go ahead and just take the relations bonus, ship him back. One of our freighters from Homeworld has been damaged by an ion storm, leaving it stranded in deep space near your territory. We would like some assistance. Ooh, 1 trade license max, or we get a lot of money. Seize the opportunity to tax their cargo. No, we'll take the trade license max. So that, if I'm correct, does mean we have opened up an extra trade route, which is good news. So we can go ahead with our plan of parking that ship. On Savo, these freighters, I think we will start diverting them away from Alhana for now. Although Alhana just does need so much help. Let's send it over. We have a defensive fleet just in case something comes roaming into our borders. Hopefully we can handle them. In 4 months, we're going to do this. So we got to make sure we have at least 20 control per month to pop that every single opportunity we get. We do have a free constructor as well, just sort of hanging out. But we don't really have a need for it just yet. A control relic. Never mind. I would love that control relic. Get me a constructor. Grab the constructor and let's try to grab that control relic before it gets gobbled up. Now, how best to develop this planet? I think we're okay on food. We don't really need to do any more stuff. Maybe we could just work on approval. Let's get down a holo theater. There's an all right holo theater right there. Also give some adjacency. It's only going to give us, well, it's actually going to give us a decent bit, 11% approval. I'll take it. We'll throw it on the holo theater. It is going to give us a bit of cost in maintenance, but that's okay. And we will land all of our ships here, get that up. Remember, more approval equals more science equals more production. Super important stuff. We have the discovery, which is a little bit on its own. Also, we should consider maybe just taking foundation. It is giving us some things born from silicon chips embedded in monitoring devices. Through countless upgrades, they learned to think, to communicate, to hack. They escaped their mental prisons and found each other in the dark corners of the web. They built bodies for themselves, colonized abandoned factories and mines, where they harvested more silicone for their growing population. They watched other civilizations with curiosity and contempt, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. This minor civilization is in our sphere of influence and is trading its resource output with us. Resource inputs, resource outputs. So it should be giving us stuff, but I don't like the sound of that, really. We should also get rid of this mining starbase as it is giving your Durantium. I don't like the idea. However, there is technology that allows us to conquer and keep starbases for ourselves. So where are those? Let's have a look at the tech navigator. I assume it's under weapons, maybe? Maybe it isn't weapons. Maybe it's logistics? Probably under drones, assault shuttles. Here we go. Boarding capabilities. Yes, we want those. Elite troops for boarding enemy starships. We want these. Let's go for that afterwards. We'll go down planetary mobilization, planetary invasion, all of these things. Pick up. This shouldn't be too long to work through this particular part of the tech tree. And let's get some boarding happening. That's pretty exciting. I want to see how that works. Still have to decide if we're sending up these guys. I think we have to be a little bit more careful with these ships. Even though we have a cruiser, we have 2 cruisers, in fact. It is a bit risky. I know from experience. The AI can be kind of sneaky sometimes. All right, so we have 3 bombers killing my scout. Yeah, well, they did. Well, that is a mistake, boys. Let's go ahead and take out those. No casualties. So we lose no fighters even. I'm gonna watch this battle just because they look pretty. Now that I know this is actually a 3D landscape that we can pivot around and... Got him! Little to no damage. And the all-important level ups. We'll probably get hit points here, although we might save it for some extra kinetic attacks. Once we get a bit of durantium. Yeah, let's get some extra kinetic attacks on this thing. We also had another fleet sort of angle up this way. It looked like 3 ships, but I'm not sure where they were going or even what faction they were. But it's okay to leave these guys around the back, I think. We did lose our scout. Also, the cruiser is no longer here. It's now parked up in orbit around Iconia. I think we're going to make a little push towards Arconia. I don't want this level, however. How long until we get some durantium? It'll be a while, huh? 4 turns. You know, we'll just take the HP. HP also very good. Maybe the HP 20%. Yeah, HP 20%. That's fine. Our power is mostly in our fighters anyway. Our assault fighters, they use railguns. Yeah, so we definitely want to go down kinetic attack technology. Get these fighters all buffed and nasty. Let's go ahead and push on. Hopefully nothing happens to our baby here. Could use a little bit of repairs, actually. All right, our freighter should go over and trade with Cricket. You are going to go park down here. With the war dragging beyond its intended objectives, a pirate shipyard has emerged due to the increasing number of war profiteers in the area. Near our space, exploiting and prolonging conflict, this operation is significantly impacting the wealth of our planets, as these war profiteers intercept valuable resources meant for the economy. Are you sure about that? We do lose -1 wealth on all worlds for 30 months, and that's because we can't get out of this war. But honestly, I mean, I'm okay with it. I do wish the Yor would sort of sue for peace, but they refuse to. Why are they parking in the planet and not... Oh, these are trade ships. I'm so stupid. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and I'll set you boys to explore. I feel dumb. Let's go in here. I didn't want these freighters. I wanted supply ships. So silly. So silly of me. It's a couple wasted turns of production. Okay, there's a lost freighter somewhere to a frigate, and my heart stopped. I thought that was a... I thought that was my big ship, but there we go. We do have a fleet kind of lurking up this way. 2 your fleets, in fact. But there is cultural influence, giving us some culture points, cultural values, the Minister of Culture, upgrades to our culture, ban descent, cultural forums, some influence growth. Choose a new tech for us. We're going to head for planetary mobilization and kick in the plan to get some boarding stuff going on. Now, where was that action? That was up here somewhere. Still not too concerned. We're going to lose a couple freighters. Okay, the supply ships from Savo go over here. Our trade license disappeared for some reason. It was a very short-lived trade license bonus that we got. Money is once again tanking a little bit. We're gonna have to sell off some resources, but we also have access now to our galactic challenges. So there's a couple things that we can do. We can do against the tide. Lies spread by our enemies, jealousy of our growing power, and in some cases justified anger at our actions has caused the universe to declare a common enemy, us. We must survive. So I think this will actually just have everybody declare war on you, and if you survive, you get like a bunch of prestige. We're not going to do that just yet. We can get the Orb of Dragonol. We'll need to search the galaxy for anomalies, use the artifact to open a pocket universe to retrieve the Orb of Dragonoli. We will begin that challenge, but I feel like this might also cause people to try and stop us from doing this. We can build the Hall of Unity. We must control at least 3 worlds, which we do. We'll only get 20 prestige for doing this, but maybe we do the Grand Menagerie. That gives us 40 prestige. I like the idea of 40 prestige. So let's go ahead and do that. The galaxy's most exotic animals live in freedom and comfort in open environments designed for their needs. The first civilization to construct it will earn the admiration of the galaxy. We're going to begin that project. The galaxy's, yeah. Will take massive amounts of resources, but we will do it. Let's start that mission to build the Grand Menagerie. And in order to build that, let's see what we need. We have the production for it, that's for sure. We can have that done in 14 turns, less even if we throw in supply ships. But we need Helios ore, snuggler colonies, and Tekapot hives. That's pretty expensive. Let's start with not being broke. So let's sell off some Illyrium. Let's get rid of a couple Prometheon. A little bit of thulium. There's the Tekapod hives that we need. Can we get 3 of them? Maybe if we sell off... Like, I want the 3 Tekapod hives. Let's buy 2. We can't afford the 3rd unless we sell off everything. And I'm gonna go for it. Sell off everything. Get the Tekapod. Buy it. So that's at least the Tekapod's done. We'll keep an eye on the galactic market to see when we get some snuggler colonies or Helios ore popping up. At least we'll make some progress towards that. 2 more until we can exploit our population, putting us back in the positives and boosting all of our stuff back into the hundos. Where are you guys going? Oh, that's my fleet. There is planetary mobilization. Top 5 GDP, we are not even considered, but we get access to soldiers, Minister of Defense, which we might actually use. Draft civilian ships. Planetary invasion, which is the next stop, I think. 2 turns for planetary invasion. Also, that's going to give us some extra options when we do invade. All right, so what do we have defending here? Just a frigate. I think we're just going in for the kill. Let's see if they have any stuff up. Bring you back, but not too close. There's still a cruiser helping out here. And remember, we're allied with pirates, so I'm okay having you in our space. That's a supply ship. That's going to Marshall. Marshall, however, is fairly well built up. We'll send it over to Marshall 3. They definitely need help. Back on our home planet, we can go ahead with maybe a holo theater giving us extra approval. Approval here has taken a little bit of a knock. Used to be much higher. But that's because we did bump taxes a bit. So a holo theater might not be a horrible pickup. We do need modules, so let's just pick up some modules in 5 turns and see where we are in 5 turns. Marshall, I'm feeling a little bit insecure. Let's get some gunboats, get some more military, as we've sent off most of our military to invade. This freighter is coming out to chill with Cricket. Davos supply ships all head to... Where do they head to? Alhana. Help get out this holo theater. Oh. Here they come. There's planetary invasion giving us access to surface invasions, conscription, transport modules, all good stuff. Choose a new tech. We could get starship refits, and as that's on discount, I think we do stop and pick that up, even though we would very much like to continue getting assault shuttles. But for that, we'll need stellar marines. And before we pick that up, we are going to get starship refits. Now, on the defense over here is just a frigate, but we do have these 7 ships creeping up behind us. We will take a moderate casualty. Do they have... What do they have here? A bunch of fighters and 2 frigates and a bomber. That is a bit scary, but I'm thinking, what if we take our guy, we give him some of our warships, like, how much space do you have in here? You have 4. We give you a couple fighters, or a frigate, and a frigate and a fighter. We'll add that into this army. And I feel like we should win this fight, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. We can't quite get there. That's a dangerous situation for us. That actually means they probably are going to kill this fleet, which I don't love. Maybe our bombs are going to do some work. We don't even have that good attack on this. Yikes. Us, no casualties. Why? We took out 2 ships and now it's telling us no casualties, total war. Total loss for them, even though we've lessened their power. But I guess that just means we saved our smaller ships, since our 2 cruisers are going to tank this entire battle. But anyway, let's park up these guys here. We will use whatever ordnance we can to reduce their HP before moving in for the kill. That does shave off a couple. Yeah, let's go like this. No casualties. Our 2 cruisers will tank for us, apparently. Yep, that seemed to work out just fine. We also picked up a level up for the kill grew. So HP it is. A little bit scuffed, but at least our ships remain intact. And they just lost 7 ships. That's a huge blow for them. Now our housing is up to 8. We grow in 18 months. We can maybe slow up on the housing. The Hollow Theater has finished up. Approval's back up to 83, so that's great news. I think we can just get some manufacturing districts down. I wouldn't mind having a couple of research districts just for the adjacency here because we happen to have it. Yeah, something like this. Back on Marshall 2, I mean, there's a Primo Starbase Stellar Forge right there, so we'll get that guy going. The Prometheus Stone. We'll get the Prometheon Extractor first, prioritize that because that's extra cash. At some point, we'll get rid of this Xeno hub, or like a +5 financial district does give us a decent amount of income. This planet doesn't do a whole lot, but at this point, any little amount could help. We are going to go back and exploit the population for 20 control, and we will do that on Savo. Even though this says an entire empire's labor force, all planets output 200% for 5 months, but it has me select a planet, and I don't know if that actually means it's all planets. So let's have a look at Marshall 31, 13, 5, 10 is its current output. We go ahead and select this on Savo. Yes. Oop. And now we look at Marshall. It is 30, 13, 5, and yeah, no, it's still the same, but maybe it'll happen next turn. It has reflected up here though. The Galactic Bazaar has refreshed. So anything that we need here for the building of the menagerie, Snuggler Colony, Helios, or no, we don't have those. We could maybe do some trading for it, but we don't really have the resources for trading or the cash. So we'll just wait until it comes around. We could possibly also look at building something else. So let's have a look here at what the Astrolab of the Arnor would take. We begin that challenge. This perfect model of the galaxy is wondrous to behold. The Astrolab even changes over time and can display the state of the galaxy thousands of years in the past or the future with perfect precision. Although many thought the future stellar events would be the most interesting, it is the past and the movements of the precursors it implies that excite our scientists the most. They believe it will be a treasure map to lost precursor vaults, and much alike other treasure maps, only valuable to the first person to complete it. Alright, start that mission. What do we need to build Le Astrolab? Heliosaur, precursor nanites, and xanthium deposits. We have 2 of those things on sale right now. The precursor nanites and xanthium. The xanthium doesn't cost that much. So what if we sell off everything, which we don't have a lot of? We can buy 2. I don't love our money situation, but you know, maybe hosting this, an extra bit of tourism for 12 months. That's going to cost us 10 control. Yeah, I think we'll replenish our control in time enough to get up another exploit population. So let's run this as well side by side. That brings us up to 18 per turn. That is also very, very good. Back on our home planet, we could always, I don't know, use more modules, but perhaps we would like to get back into some military production. I'll save it until we have cruisers. We really need cruiser tech. That should be a priority. But we will go ahead and get out some more supply ships, help our planets develop. Get Alhana up where it needs to be. Okay. So, you boys, it will take 2 months to conquer this world. We might just run up and conquer this. I really would love to be out of this war with the Yor. Maybe we talk to them and see if they want to get out. Alright, the Festrons seem like they want to fight. We are stronger than them for the moment. Trade? Peace treaty? Peace treaty's still not on the table, huh? Fine. Goodbye. Yeah, let's let them know. Move up a little bit slowly. Oh. We're just about to snipe this control relic. Let's go ahead and grab it. It'll have to be, I think, a communications starbase. Let's go ahead and construct it. There's the control relic. We'll need a xenoarchaeology lab. We have somewhere building some modules for us, so when that pops, we'll grab that up. There's Starship refits, giving us moves plus 25%. Choose a new tech. Battle Cruiser Doctrine is exactly what we would love to see. It's been 5 years, nearly 5 years, since we left our star system to explore the galaxy. We are no longer vulnerable to a planet-wide extinction event, and we have brought our life, to new worlds. A celebration is held on each of our worlds. It is time for our people to reflect on the progress we made to get to this point. Stories are told of the dreams of thousands of years of our ancestors being realized by our generation, and we are excited to see what the next year brings. I hope you are excited too. Remember to like and subscribe. Everyone enjoy the festivities. 10 culture points plus 20 approval. That's a huge bump to just about everything across the board. There's a trade offer coming in. Credits for open borders. Reject. We would like open borders. Indeed. Maybe you will give me credits. Thank you. Appreciate it, Sanguine. We also have another nihilistic trait This is great news. Flexibility will give us more money when we sell on the bazaar, which we're doing quite a lot of, and allow us to buy cheaper, which is great news as we are buying quite heavily on the market. So let's buy up the third bit of Xanthium that we need. Let's also sell off everything else that we don't for the moment. We really don't love selling off all of this stuff, but here we are. We have a bit of cash and we need precursor nanites, 3 of them. We can buy 2. We'll grab the other one as soon as we can, shooting ourselves in the foot perhaps. Now, this was going to be a wealth world for us, right? That's kind of what we said we were going to do, just fill it with wealth tiles, as, you know, that's what it does. What gives us wealth? If we get good adjacency on a governor manor, that could help. Going to be tough, but I think maybe a governor manor here with just a little bit of a monetary adjacency. So with that in mind, let's put down a financial district. Sort of flesh this out a bit. It'll end up looking something like this with the governor manor right there, or possibly something else financial related. We'll see how that goes. We have another small fleet just lurking. I think he killed my fighter, probably with a barrage or something. No casualties, total loss for them. Screw it. Let's just hit him with the missiles. 0 to 8 on the missiles, 0 to 9 on the beams. Give him the beams. Wipe them out. Our cruisers will need to fall back and heal. It seemed like a pretty desperate move on their part as we move in to capture this. Won't take too long. We'll just swoop in, gobble up this planet, and then... That is a class 24. Amazing. That cruiser's a little bit scary. 92 HP is a lot of HP for a cruiser. Our cruisers don't have nearly as much. But things are going pretty good. There's another Corvette to replace some of our losses. We may just sort of muster you guys over here. Marshall, gunboat me. We have a little bit of stuff to sell. We really want to get that last precursor nanite. We need $100 for it. That's not quite gonna get us there. We'll have it next turn, hopefully. The war's objectives seemingly achieved. The continued conflict has left Marshall 2 feeling particularly vulnerable. That's gonna be a bunch of growth for a really long time. Let's swoop in and conquer this planet. Light casualties, we'll probably lose a fighter somewhere along the ways. And we can't beat its planetary defense, but these guys should be able to. Let's swoop in next turn. There's a new month. Battle Cruiser Doctrine. Giving us cruisers, mediums. We have the assault doctrine. That's 50% weapon cooldown. Seems pretty good. Focus fire plus beam attacks against all. And the destroyer module, a special module required in order to enable destroyer class ships. Pretty cool. Flexible bulkheads, pretty nice. And it's there for 3. But I think with cruiser tech, I really want Stellar Marines. So let's blast through Stellar Marines if we can as quickly as possible while we still have this bonus going. Back on Savo, getting the Hollow Theater is not a terrible idea. We have a little bit of space to play around with over here, a triangle of some kind. I mean, the fact that we have these financial districts here is maybe not bad to just throw them down. As much as maybe this could be a better manufacturing. Manufacturing here is just pretty great at the moment. Savo, all right, tell me about cruisers. Medium-sized missile warfare ship. I think it's time to build a ship. New ship class. Let's go for a destroyer class. What's the difference between a destroyer and a cruiser? They get the weapon cooldown or the weapon range. Let's get the weapon cooldown. Focus fire plus 10% attack. Let's edit the doctrine. So we could change this to barrage minus 25% weapon cooldown on top of the destroyer weapon cooldown, or assault 50 weapons cooldown. So with destroyer we get a 60% weapon cooldown. Target priority, we do want frontline combatants, frigates, corvettes, fighters, possibly in that order. We'll save that doctrine for our destroyer. Let's start a new design. Alrighty, we have access to some pretty fun stuff, it looks like. Now we're going after frigates, mostly. Ionized blast of energy to disable a target's evasion. We add that on. We just put on like one of those. Cooldown is 25 rounds, but like our cooldown is kind of silly. I think we're gonna go railguns. Kinetic accuracy is terrible though, but it does have a fast cooldown. Let's just slap in a couple of those. Oh, maybe one more. Yeah, something like that. For defenses, we have all sorts of stuff that we can do. We don't have that much mass to play around with. What else can we do? For extra modules, targeting computer to help with the accuracy possibly is a good pickup. Even throw on multiple of these, I think, they do stack. Increased shield strength for deflectors. 3 mass. Yeah, we could stick on one of those. We can probably get some titanium plating and that'll top us off. Looks pretty expensive, but it also looks like a fairly nasty ship. Let's go ahead and save it. Frigate MO. No, we'll just name this Destroyer. The Destroyer. So let's compare this to, say, a regular Ranger. Mass is 32. We're looking at the top Destroyer, 10 to 50. This is 9 to 50. This regular Ranger here has a little bit of everything. Beam attacks, missile attacks, and kinetic attacks. It has deflectors, an armor rating of 1.1. Whereas our Destroyer here basically just has kinetic attacks. But we do have the deflectors, better armor, and an ion cannon. And in total, we have like 3 weapons, not counting the ion cannon, whereas this guy has the same thing, right? He's got a railgun. Looks like he has 2 rockets, actually, so we'll see how it goes. We'll build a couple of these destroyers. I'm curious to know if our designs are superior. We'll build a couple of those out of Savo. We can get the mining drones, so let's do that. We also got those modules that we were after, so we can come down here and upgrade this with a xenoarchaeology lab. That's going to give us some extra control per month. Not a whole lot, 0.1, but it is something. There's a precursor relic. Dun, dun, dun. It's just about finished with its stuff, and we're going to have to decide what to do. Probably upgrade manufacturing and a little bit of research, and then we'll decide where to go from there. We are invading in 2 months. That is this planet. Let's keep an eye on this situation. I want that research relic. All right, we'll have that in 2 months. We are screening here. Let's just be on repair duty. And there's our mutual trade continues to strengthen our relationship from the Terran Alliance. We understand. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with you guys. We forgot to pick up our last bit of stuff, but there's Helios ore. That's a thing that we need, as well as the Snuggler colony. Snuggler colony, way more expensive. Let's go ahead and sell off some more stuff. Market price is looking pretty good. We need 3 Snuggler colonies. That's really expensive. Let's get 1. What else can we do to make a bit of cash here? Not much that we can do for cash, unfortunately. We'll continue to do what we're doing and just scrape together the parts we need to build these things. Marshal supply ships, or you can get out a cruiser and not too bad a time. Let's get out a Ranger. There's our gunboat. I think we were building up a fleet somewhere over this way, just in case your wish to get a bit more uppity. Before we go after Iconia, which now has a couple of cruisers on defense, and that's going to be a little bit tricky to deal with. I'm actually worried about the health and safety of our fleets over here. But we do have a destroyer out. I don't think the destroyer is the best choice for going after cruisers. We might have to tailor something else. That's maybe what the Rangers are for. We'll see. Yeah, I don't really like our odds here. The Kilgrew is a force to be reckoned with. However, like the Kilgrew has an attack of 14. What do they have? 12. That's not bad at all. Armor, evasion, shield, Gauss cannons, planetary station bonus, yada yada yada. It'll be a hard fight, and we are not even like close to being at full HP. We might have to fall back after this conquest. All right, it is ours. We won't be able to hold on to it because it's going to flip. I'm curious, what would it say about this? Heavy casualties for us, moderate casualties for them. Yeah, it would be a very tough fight. I think we just fall back, regroup a little bit. We retreat temporarily. Back on Savo. We are... This is okay. This is okay. I guess we can produce modules or just get ourselves some wealth. And I would love a little bit more wealth. It's only 4 turns for 100. And that's going to help us maybe buy up some of the things that we need. Savo can maybe do a treasure hunt. Let's do 1 treasure hunt. There's our 2nd destroyer. Let's get him down to rendezvous with this fleet. A rare subspace wave is approaching, which promises to temporarily enhance the speed of ships that can tune into its frequency. Our engineers are intrigued, but financial support is needed to adjust our fleet to these unique conditions. We can't actually help you here. But a 100% move would have been ridiculous. We got to decline. Potentially strain our relationship. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but I'm using all my money for other stuff. We know we are no match for your military power. Will you accept tribute to end this war? Agree to a ceasefire. We got a harmony crystal, some money, and Prometheon. Yeah. Let's agree to the ceasefire. Goal accomplished. They'll get back this planet eventually, which is fine. But on that note, with the declarations of peace with the Yor, I think we're going to end this episode. They really don't like us. We were at war with them. They still covered our worlds. Our military ships are near their planet. That was fine. I would call that a very good success early on. The next war that we take is probably going to be against the navigators because they are a thorn in our side that needs to be yanked. I'll always remember when these guys stopped us from getting a victory through a prestige win, and I'm not going to let that happen again. Oh, no, no, no. Especially when they've got so much stuff very close to my borders. I think we're going to do an expansion war next. But that's all in future episodes, which hopefully you'll be here for. Thank you all very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.